Hello.
We have Josh and Artemis here today from the Josh and Artemis Show, formerly the Primetime Show. So if you guys knew them as that, they've changed and rebranded to the Josh and Artemis Show, and their YouTube channel is fantastic. I have it down in the description, so if you haven't subscribed yet, immediately right now, open up a tab in another window and subscribe to them, everybody, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
We're
my
super
gosh,
excited.
It's about time, though, right? Like, damn.
I know.
About time.
We had some things scheduled with you guys before, and then Josh ended up having to leave the country to go do some stuff, and so then then the holidays came on, and then it was just like crazy, and so like we finally found a spot now where we could talk to each other, and hopefully this is the first.
Come together. Done.
Yeah, and hopefully this is the first of many times that we get to like hang out and talk.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hell you.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, definitely. So,
oh my goodness.
So how are you guys doing? Like, are you recovered from yesterday?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I posted a few things on Twitter this morning of some of the videos, just like a very small sprinkling of some of what I had, and I had to stop because my Twitter would not stop blowing up. I was like, okay, that was enough for today. I cannot follow all the things that are happening. I was like, I got to step away from my phone now. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I told Jamie I'm still trying to watch it. I've attempted to watch it a couple times today and I haven't been able to get all the way through, but I love it. I just want to relive the moment again. So like after this, I'll probably put it on and be able to watch it because it's, it's kind of different when you're hosting it and all that stuff. But
yeah,
it was so much fun even just doing that. Yeah. And then we lived after and I was on here for 5 hours.
I was there the whole time. It was so good. It was so good.
I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally had too much wine and passed the hell out.
She was asleep upstairs.
I love that though.
The after party.
I drank too much too.
It was by accident. It was almost like forced, really. But
yeah.
Anyway, it was somehow it happened.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I literally had like a whole bottle of champagne, so I understand. I tapped out 2 hours in. I was like 3. My fucking Chinese food's here. I need to leave. I was like, I have to go. And she was like, no, we have 30 people watching. You will stay. And I was like, oh my God, okay, all right, for a little bit longer.
I should have because like I was trying to watch it again and I went from like normal to then I just skipped to the end 5 hours later and I'm like, oh shit. Not even. I drank too much. For sure. I had 2 bottles of Prosecco.
I think we had 3 wines. I think 3.
Yeah, we had 2.5. I actually still see the wine bottle.
Yeah.
Leftovers from last night.
Yeah, we did like an Instagram live with Vinny from Disclosure Team. Did an Instagram live and we drank so much wine.
Yeah, honestly, he was drinking it all day and it made me really want wine that like I went out and went and bought some wine.
I was like, anytime I've ever seen Vinny on anybody's stream, he's always had a glass of wine in his hand. I don't think I've ever seen a video without him having wine.
I hadn't had wine in a little while, and I was like, oh God, that really...
You know what? Wine hits me different than alcohol. Like, alcohol, I can have a few drinks and be like, whatever.
It was very hungover today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but wine does something different to me, man. It destroys my world. I don't know why.
I'm surprised that I wasn't super hungover, honestly, because by the time I actually turned it off, I sat in this chair for a while and was like, fuck. Like, it took me a minute to, like, get up. I don't know what I was doing here.
And I think it's Spooky. Is it Spooky, the guy who did all, like, the graphics and stuff for the...
Okay, so there's 2 Spookies. There's Spooky Morales, and I think that's who you probably normally see, but then there's Spooky. That's she. This is Spooky here, and Spooky's this one.
Yes,
see, Eddie said there's 2 Spookies.
And then,
yes.
Yeah, and then when I saw Spooky on your show as a guy, I was like, oh my God, I could have sworn that Spooky was a girl. So that explains it. And that's funny, right? Like comment after comment is both of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I know. I was like, there's so many Spookies. I was like, what?
That actually,
Jamie had to break it down for me.
I was like, there's so many Spookies. There is too, because sometimes I'll say Spooky, and I'll be like, oh, no, I know who you're talking about, and they mean Spooky Morales, and I know it, and I'm like, no, it's not that Spooky. We're talking about 2 different Spookies. But I know people always get confused between, and I'm pretty sure that there's more than just 2 Spookies. I think there might be a few more sprinkled I've seen before.
Confusion.
Mexi Spooky.
Mexi Spooky. The answer is yes.
Yeah, Enzo knows because he was there drinking with me too. But Bottle last night, oh my God, he had me fucking cracking up.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was really drunk.
I'm so sad I missed this. Honestly, I was like, why didn't you try to? Well, I did before, and I was like basically dead to the world. Like, I guess I was. So I don't know.
Maybe we'll put it back on. When I first woke up this morning, I was like, Jamie, please take that video off, because I just was thinking, like, I drank too much. God knows what I was saying.
Well, and the thing is,
now I'm like, okay.
I told her too. I was like, Brie, it has almost 400 views. Are you sure you want me to private it? And she was like, yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I don't remember what I said. Please. And so like, we have it privated now, but we'll probably put it back up. But she's just like, wait, I don't know what I said. That was a long 5 hours.
Honestly,
we 5 hours.
We've done it live. I did one with Kelly. And
that's
like
private, isn't it?
That's private. That will private.
So okay. So I heard about that one. A lot of people were like, you had to be there to see it. It was a fantastic dumpster fire. And then I tried to go find it, and I was like, no, I can't find the video anywhere. And I was like, I wanted to watch it so bad.
Yeah. I didn't delete it because I was like, one day we're gonna look back and think that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, that's exactly why I didn't delete ours.
Whatever. Like, I was like, this is our glory days.
No, same thing. I was like, this is exactly. I can't get rid of this because one day this might be fantastic, and also it was a really good panel. Like at the end of the day.
All right, fine. We'll unprivate it. All right,
I'll unprivate it.
I just
we'll just bring it back. And you know what? And if Bree said some wild shit, then Bree said some wild shit. What are we gonna do about it?
You just never know, man. Sometimes we'll do it together, and other times.
Who cares if you say some wild shit?
Like,
anyway,
exactly. And yeah, shout out to Enzo, because him and Curious George really did kind of carry that show, that live.
Did they? Yeah, they were both there. I remember because George was the one who told me about it. That's right. George was like, "Oh my god, you had to be there."
I don't know. I don't remember what the hell me and Kelly were doing, but all of a sudden we were just gone from that stream. And Enzo, like, when we watched it back, we were like, oh my god, Enzo and like Curious George were just like on it for a while, just them two. And I'm like, who are these like amazing people? Thank you for staying on.
They're amazing. I love them.
Really carrying the show. That was so.
Man.
It got like 78 views or something, and I was like, that is 78 too many.
You were like, that was enough. We don't, and no one else needs to witness this. We're good.
It wasn't like
exactly.
It was very cringe. We were.
That was
no.
Me.
You know what though?
I was cringe. I was like,
okay. I will.
In the beginning, I was like, I can't get drunk because Linda's gonna win, and then towards the end, I was fucking drunk. I was like, damn it.
And then Bree, there was this Jeremy. Jeremy has COVID, right? So he wasn't feeling very good, and Bree kept trying to ask him questions, and he was like ignoring her. And then he typed in the chat, and he was like, sorry, Bree, I'm just a little out of it. But she didn't see it, so she was like talking to the microphone. She was like, Jeremy, why won't you talk to me, Jeremy?
I was like, Jeremy.
So
I'm one of those girls that gets ignored and then wants their attention even more. So like,
you know what? That's how Bree got married to her husband.
Makes sense.
Love it.
Yeah. That is so true. So true.
Your husband, like,
huh?
Do your spouses like follow what you guys do and like support or like? I'm kind of curious.
Sure.
So mine does, yeah.
Support for sure. His name's also Josh.
Yes, the Josh is. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, he does support, but he's not like he doesn't follow anything. So even if I tried to explain who people were, he'd probably be like, eh. He knows like main ufologists only because he was the person that took me to my first UFO conference. Like any UFO conference we've gone with Josh. It's always the three of us.
Yeah, he comes everywhere with us. Like he's our third leg, our tripod. Like we are a triplet when we go places. So it's like it's always all of us. And Josh is in the beginning actually didn't really believe in it when Bree first got into it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you've kind of changed him a little bit. Converted him. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah, we had a crazy sighting together, and then I think it was that sighting that really broke him, where it was such a big deal that he couldn't disprove it, and so then he was like, "Okay, I'm in." Like, but we'll do this every year now, and so. But other than that, he's not like in the community at all or anything like that. Right. But he's always been a supporter of us for sure.
Well, that's good. At least you
that's the important thing, right? Is at least that you feel like you're at least supported by them. And
honestly, he's our biggest #1 supporter since the beginning, because he's been around, you know, kind of like he's always been kind of like our wisdom go-to. Like when me and Brie ask him questions about stuff, or we have like moral qualms in life, we kind of go to him, and he's always been supporting us like that from the beginning. So he is truly our first very big supporter of our show, because he's always stood behind me and Brie and always like answered our questions and helped us out in any way that he could.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Nice.
Big time, big time. So should we start the show out, or
yeah,
what?
I was like, let's get it. Hold on. I have a video first that I think is perfect to kick off the show, but let me see if my computer likes me today and wants to let me click on things and whatnot. Here we go. This is right here.
Amy is right.
Yeah.
Like Josh is in
guided menu.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We needed that. I'm sorry. We haven't had that in such a long time. And you know what I'm really surprised about? We haven't got copywritten for that yet.
It's about time.
Sooner than later.
For it.
That's not just, yeah.
Hey, actually, I forgot that I don't see our friend here in the chat anymore, Mr. Moon Pie.
Oh, I know he's not in here anymore to argue with us.
We upset someone.
Oh.
That we are making fun of being anally probed.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, specifically.
Someone's very hurt.
Oh.
Someone's really hurt by us.
Oh, you're here.
There we go.
Oh,
my friend. Stick around so you can jump on screen with us in a little bit.
Beautiful. Stick around, because we're going to talk to you later.
Absolutely.
Please, sir. Anyways, Brie, go ahead and roll into the first UFO video.
Yeah, let's actually have some fun. That's what we came here to do.
Tommy's here. Hi, Tommy. Oh, yes. I was just going to say, where's Tommy?
Tommy G. Sorry.
Oh, perfect.
Do
you guys know Tommy G? I fucking love
him. No, I actually don't. I just read the name. I don't know. This is me sober, too. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I definitely smoked a little marijuana before this, but
yeah, okay. I'm not sober.
To be fair, I smoke a little marijuana before I do anything. So
we need like water for it's like a necessity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to start this off to get a one. I think it's automatically going to get CGI'd, so we're gonna have. Let's just feel where we are today.
Okay, let's test the audience. Yeah, CGI immediately. Hate it. CGI bullshit. Not about it.
I hate it, but I also love it, because I'm like, that convinces people.
It does.
People actually think that that's real, and that just trips me out.
Yeah, that immediately gives me CGI vibes, and I'm not into it. I'm like, spooky, totally
Spooky
real.
Says it's real.
Totally real. Totally real. Of course. No, absolutely.
Fakeness.
CGI. Fakeness. There's Tommy.
Do you want to just go every other one?
Yeah, I'll take one. If it's got music over it, it's fake. You know what? That's a very fucking good point, Andy. If it has music over it, it's fake.
Not for TikTok, because TikTok you upload a sound.
But it's very interesting. I like that vibe. That's a good one to go off of.
Okay.
All right, let's see if my video wants to show.
Speaker's here. It is the Crystal Hippie Bitches.
Hi.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's definitely cool. But
it looks like a platform.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah, I know. 100%.
I was like, yeah, mute it, because I cannot stand that goddamn wind in the background.
But it's not music, so.
It's not music.
So they're saying that is a TR3B.
Yeah, they're saying that's a TBR3. I don't know on this one.
I'm going to give it a hard no, personally.
Yeah, I'm not into this one as much. It looks a little CGI placed on top of it, unfortunately for me.
Yeah. Definitely fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real, but not.
It looks like a platform to me.
It did, but it looked really fake, and that's what made me sad.
It was like a thick around the edges almost. Weird.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It didn't look
Maybe like a bunch of Doritos stacked on top of each other.
Speaking of Doritos,
imagine a spaceship made out of Doritos.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
It'd be so good.
Delicious.
So good.
Doritos, so.
It'd have to be like zesty. Zesty's the
ooh, like the zesty spicy ones. Absolutely.
Cool Ranch.
I'm
into Cool Ranch.
I feel like
Cool Ranch.
I don't know.
Wait, do you guys have different ones in Canada though?
Yeah, we probably do.
Oh,
But
I feel like you guys do.
Like, we have the nacho and the Cool Ranch. Like I saw like in the probe thing, like we have like Cool Ranch and stuff.
You have like classic flavors, yeah. But you guys have ketchup chips.
Yeah. Okay. So
they're like barbecue chips here.
Actually, so we have ketchup Doritos, and those are actually next level. Like I can't believe how good they are. But those are limited editions, so like that's not available all year round. But it does come back, I guess, every year.
Okay, so when it comes back, please, I'll send you $500 and get me some and send them to me, please, because I need to try these.
I'll see if they're the store right now.
Do they have maple flavored?
Try.
Yeah.
And just regular like ketchup chips. They're so like I don't even think I've bought them for Josh yet, but like there's this one brand. And like they are so ketchupy, like you know when you get good flavored chips, like this brand is.
They have like extra seasoning, yeah.
Can't wait.
It's really good. It's PC brand, yeah. I'll have to get it. Like, I haven't made
so good.
Yeah.
All right, I might have a picture of Sunny in here too. To be honest with you guys, let's see.
All right, let's see. Get it.
Oh no, you guys know this. Hold on. You guys know this audio, or you should know this audio. And so I wanted to play this to see what you guys thought about it because it's a long time audio. I think this aired on the Art Bell show a long time ago.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They'll triangulate on this position really soon.
You can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay, okay, what we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51.
So what do we think?
I mean, I can remember hearing that years ago. Yeah. That interview was Art Bell, it was Coast to Coast AM, and I can remember that years ago. And halfway through that clip, I think it cuts out, or like the studio like loses power or something. Is that right? Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was adding to the drama of it all, you know, because they're like,
yeah.
So I
just
don't know. I don't know about it. I mean, he does sound maybe he's having a mental breakdown.
But here's the thing, though. I think sometimes like fact is way stranger than fiction, and like I mean, sometimes just crazy shit happens. You know what I mean? So could it have just been possible that maybe he really was telling the truth about something, and then by some freak other accident, it just so happened that the power went out or something like that? Like I don't know. I feel like who knows? At the end of the day, I think we all have our own truths. I don't know if that person was acting or if that was his truth he was living in. I think that's what we have to question. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. I mean, with me, I don't close any door anyway because I don't have a clue what's going on. So let's just leave all doors open and see what happens. That's the way I see this topic.
Exactly. Unless it comes to CGI, then we have to close the door and say sorry.
And like it's an obvious. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we all have at least some level of like a bullshit reader inside built in that like, you know, when somebody's really lying, you can tell.
You really can. I think sometimes. I think you can tell somebody's intentions.
Can't right away, but over time, that person just
starts making more mistakes, and then you can
can't keep up with the lies or can't keep up.
They start to trip on themselves. Exactly. Like I think eventually, over time, people start to reveal themselves as they continue to do their thing, and you don't have to instigate them at all. Like they'll show their true colors.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, we're ready. Are we ready for this next one, you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Bring it on.
So did we sci-fi that? I just want to be clear. I think we did, right?
I think we kind of sci-fi'd it. Yeah.
That's supposedly your Venus.
Okay.
Then we move over here. Zoom in. And that's your new chunk of the moon. they like to call it. We'll see.
What?
Well,
So yeah,
That's more legit to me because it's nothing, it's not.
So, if you guys have heard about this, what they've said is Earth kind of has a second moon now, almost. And what it is this very large object that's kind of come in our rotation now. And it's not round by any means. A lot of people are assuming they're calling it like an asteroid, which it kind of sort of is. I mean, it's not necessarily hurling towards us, but it's like orbiting around us. And it's so close to us that it's visible.
I've never seen anyone else get a picture of it, though.
Never seen it, no.
Oh, you gotta start looking in more. I don't know. People say it's really weird the timing of the new Netflix movie that just came out, the Don't Look Up one, where it's like
have you guys seen it?
Yeah, we
know
a few days ago. That was so
we watched
good.
it on Christmas Eve, I think, when it came out.
Oh, nice.
I think
Yeah,
I watched it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it was out and we watched it like pretty much right after we got off the phone with her. We're like, all right, we're gonna go now.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was like,
Yeah.
really good.
But when I saw that movie, I was just like, that's exactly how the UFO news would play out in like the mainstream to me. Like it would just get ignored, to be honest. Like I could see that happening with like the UFO stuff. Definitely.
No, I could 100% agree with you on that. I can see the kind of parallels between those two things 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that would happen to us.
I mean, like, in what we see in these like movies and TV shows, especially recently, is that really a surprise that like we can see that playing out in different ways? Like,
Ooh.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, that was me. Sorry, go ahead.
Just basically like, I don't know how much that's really a coincidence. Like maybe that is, since we can see the similarities, it's like, is that an accident? Or maybe those are just other ways also of slowly conditioning us to prepare for whatever's next. Do you know what I mean? Especially with that movie, like there was that it did give like that feeling of like how that could really play out with UFO disclosure.
100%. I couldn't agree more with you, honestly. It's interesting to see kind of how it gets played out now because it almost is a little bit getting ignored. Like you see it inside the media and people are talking about it and then there's a big hype, but like there's still a big majority of people out there who are ignoring it and not talking about the subject.
Hey, I mean, I've brought this up with people on shows because most of you guys are from like the US and stuff, but like I'm from the UK. If like you go to the UK, nobody's talking about it. Like there's literally nobody talking about it. So it's like
you got to change that. It's your job now.
I've been trained.
Yeah. But why do you think that is though? Why do you think that it's not talked about there as much? Is it just people aren't actually going outside and looking up enough? They're too involved in their everyday lives. Like what is it that makes people not involved there?
The weird one. I mean, after the UFO report came out in June, the big UFO report thing, what came out, it was like debated in the House of Lords, which is like in the Senate in like the US, if that makes sense. It's like the equivalent of like the Senate, and it was and it was debated in there for like one day, and then it just went completely quiet. And it's the same in other countries as well. I mean, Australia, they've got like a similar political system to the UK, so they have a House of Lords as well. And I think this was like 2 months ago, but they debated it there, and they basically said there's no threat, there's nothing to investigate, and it's been closed off from Australia. So it's just the US. It's weird.
Interesting.
Which is so weird to me. I feel like we're the one, like, I feel like the US, we're definitely known for keeping things quiet or, I always felt like we were the ones like holding the rail, so to say. So I felt like maybe when we opened that everyone else would
kind of follow
come along too. Yeah.
That's what I think might happen next year. I'm hoping with the UK, because the US is they've got the new office now and like the Pentagon and stuff, even though I don't follow that side of things. I
was like, it's interesting that you say that too, because it's been kind of like a curiosity to me about why so many people in the world are interested in the US talking about aliens. And I guess it's because their countries aren't talking about it. It's always like really baffled me because there's like a lot of people like on UFO Twitter and stuff who are like from Canada or from like the UK or from other places. I'm always like, why are you guys so Yeah, I would say, but there's like so much of it, and I thought I was saying, but there's tons of people who are like specifically really involved with like the U.S. like the government documents like stuff coming out. I'm always like, but you're in Canada, like why would that matter to you? But then I'm like, oh, that makes sense because then it's not happening what's happening with them. Like you don't have that, so this is world news. Like it's happening on such a bigger scale. I think sometimes here in America, I forget that I'm not in a bubble. Yeah,
Totally.
I mean,
Me too.
I feel like Canada also really tries to kind of stay close with like what the US does.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would imagine. Yeah.
You know? But yeah, like it's not the same here as it is there. I don't think it's like ridiculed or anything though. Like I mean, anybody who I talk to about UFOs or just like if I think like there could be other life out there, like very basic general questions, like people don't tend to think like, or I haven't had like a reaction like, oh no, like we're of course like the only ones.
You brought it up to your landlords. We had like an interview with the immigration lawyer. She brought it up with the immigration lawyer.
Did you really?
He was like,
oh my god.
Okay, but like I wasn't like, you know, here's our show. It was just like she was really interested, and she's like, she actually said that she like believes in all this stuff, and like
that's amazing.
Reminded. It was really cool, and like. I mean, it was very random, like, you know, just like this like middle-aged like women were just talking. Like,
no. So here's something I'll tell you. When me and Bree started doing this, you know, over 4 years ago now, we kind of experienced that same thing because people would like ask what we did, and we'd say the podcast, and then we'd have a very weird, awkward conversation with them about like their experiences. And it was such a weird way to start to realize how many people around us have not talked about their experiences and are genuinely just waiting for somebody to like open that topic and branch it, like to get in there. And then all of a sudden it's like it floods and comes out, and then they just go back to their normal life like it was completely normal.
Okay, so I actually have an exact example of what you just said.
Okay.
I was getting my hair done, like it wasn't I don't know, like 6 months ago, let's say. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how it came up, but it did with my hairstylist, who I've known for like 7 years or something, and I don't know how we've never talked about it before. I don't know, at the salon, it just doesn't come up anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was talking about like Josh and how I met him. So I guess it was less than 6 months, but anyway. And I told her like how we met and stuff, and she was like, "That's so cool." You know, I actually had an experience a while ago, like years ago, with 2 of my girlfriends in the car. So 3 witnesses driving down the highway towards downtown Toronto. They all saw like something unexplainable in the sky.
Yeah, she told me
on the highway, and then she told you about it. And but I was like, holy shit! Like, how have we never discussed this before and stuff? She's like, yeah, actually, I don't really tell people about that. Like, she was like having that like realization. She's like, I told her, blah blah, and told you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's really cool. Like, you should like talk about it more. And I was like, but she was saying she was actually really interested in the topic, blah blah. But like, we never talked about it before, but now we do, like
all the time now, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then it's like, you know, and sometimes she'll reply to like an Insta story or something.
Yes.
But it's just like getting those connections. But it's exactly what you said. Like, they don't talk about it, and then they kind of go on with their daily lives. Like, I don't know if she's told anybody since, you know. It's
and she probably gets really excited when you come in and she gets to talk about it with somebody. You know what I mean?
It's like opening that like other like part of yourself, really. Yeah.
Well, now you get to do that all the time, because now that Josh lives with you, I'm sure that people are going to always be asking you, so how did you guys meet? Or, you know, that's always going to be like your
built into your story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally what brought together. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
The window. Perfect opportunity. Do you believe in aliens?
It is. Yeah. I do try to bring it up to people, like
brings up all the time.
I do.
Okay, wait. I have a question now. Is the wedding going to be alien themed then, or at least space themed?
Oh yeah, we need to have some sort of UFOs or aliens.
You have to, right? Like, you have to have like maybe like little UFOs in your veil.
Live UFO.
Like a UFO Twitter wedding.
Okay, UFO. That'd be so cute. Just have someone holding the camera. Oh my god, have Amy stream it. She's like, "Hey guys, I'm here and I'm on the scene."
And you guys
on the ground
host it like the golden.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, perfect. It'll be like the red carpet. We'll be here with commentary.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute though. Instead of like arriving in a carriage, you should get like a little hovercraft or something. And
Oh my God,
make it like
stop.
a little UFO.
That would be funny.
That'd be so cute.
That's
Oh my God.
adorable. We'll start
Okay.
planning.
All right, you guys. I feel like we could talk forever, but let's get into our next video. Or we're just gonna talk. We're talking this whole damn episode. All right, let's see what this one is. I got no fucking idea.
Let's do it.
And I found an Excel spreadsheet that was actually
It's our buddy.
at least in the heading of the column, it said non-terrestrial officers. And I was like, my bloody God, that's just
Non-terrestrial officers.
non-terrestrial officers with ranks and names, and then a separate sheet with tabs for material transfer between ships. And these were, I mean, I don't remember the names now. It's a long time ago. A lot of people give me a hard time for not remembering the names and stuff, but it was a long time ago.
Right.
But non-terrestrial officer thought, well, it must be, let's try and cut out all the possible conventional explanations first. I searched for that term, it was nowhere. It was nowhere at all. Now if you search for the term, you only find links to me and stuff that I've said.
Right, I see.
So it wasn't a standard thing in the military at all.
Right.
So I took that to be, they must have a secret space-based.
Yes, I wanted to show a little Gary love on here. I saw that coming across TikTok, and I was like, yes, I love Gary. I love his story, and I know Josh loves Gary.
I would love to speak to him. From like my early days of this, you know, when I started to get into this, his story was a huge one for me. And it's went quiet now completely. I mean, I'm sure that he's had to sign some sort of NDA or something to not talk about the stuff he knows.
No, okay, so he actually came on Butt Stuff. He just came on when we opened up the stream one day, and he like came on and he was like, hey, here's the deal. I just don't have anything else to say about it anymore. Everything that I needed to say, I've said about it and is out there, and you can go and watch it. So like, what's the point in talking about the same thing over and over and over again? He's like, I'd rather have new conversations with people.
Makes sense. But his story, I believe it 100%.
Me too.
100%.
Always have, yeah.
He's one of those good ones out there that I think that is like that Edward Snowden level, kind of like you drop some fucking information to the world and they can't do shit to you and you're just there, and I fucking love that shit. And
the fact he's gone quiet now, he's not gaining anything from this, if that makes sense. So that adds more to his story for me. So yeah, I can.
No, he was young. He was a young guy when he did this. Like he was genuinely just trying to be curious, and then stumbled upon some fucking shit. And then he was like, I have to tell people about this because this is batshit crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and from what I've read about that, and from what I've seen in clips and stuff, it was so easy for him to gain access to like the systems as well. It was like a joke how apparently. So yeah, really interesting one.
Yeah. Edward Cullen, I love that. That is
I know, I love that one too.
Okie dokie.
Are we ready for the next one?
I don't know what this. Oh, here we go.
Oh, because I said that in French. French in the chat.
5:50.
I silenced this because it's in a language I don't understand.
Gotcha. Although last time you played one that was in a language, somebody translated it.
Oh, they translated it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Estamos en la subida de TP, estamos aquí esperando y se ha detectado un ovni. Estamos acá con las bellezas.
On the road. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm a truck driver. I can translate this. Look at that. Look at that.
Este es el ovni. Ya se va desapareciendo ahí.
So what?
Look at it.
I mean,
I don't know what it is.
I'm going to pause it, actually. I'm going to try to get that.
First one?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it hung out there for a while.
It did. I don't know. I like this one. This one's giving me a little bit UFO-y vibes. He's like looking around like, what the fuck is happening?
It's great. That's like a great one because there's nothing going on in like the clip. It's just a random, he's just stopping by the road. There's no reason for him to kind of make that up, if that makes sense.
No, and it looks like almost like he's shooting, like looking around like, bro, I just got out of my car. Like, what? Like,
yeah, he's probably like, what the fuck is this shit?
Okay, I like this one.
I'm just trying to go to work.
Yes.
So is this a fact or what?
Oh,
I'm facting
it. Randall says blimp, but I don't know about blimp.
There was a sighting similar in Wichita, KS. I forget. Is that Kentucky?
Kansas?
No. Kansas. Sorry, guys.
No.
Sorry. Damn it. A few more
Tony
seconds.
State as well.
I don't even know it. I don't even know all the states. Don't worry about it.
He would
Please,
probably
kill you for
unfriend
that.
me. I know. Fuck, man. I'm sorry, Tony. But
I'm the worst of the states. No idea. There's too many of them. So that's an interesting point of view. I guess maybe.
Can you play the whole clip?
I don't know.
Can you play the whole clip again? So
Would you like the Spanglish on?
Sure, why not? We didn't have it the first time.
5:53, ovni en
1, 2,
Paita.
3.
Ovni en Paita.
3.
Se registra ovni en Paita. Aquí estamos en la subida de TP. Estamos en la subida de TP, estamos aquí esperando y se ha detectado un ovni.
I'm just trying to imagine what he's saying.
Bellezas.
I have no idea.
Allá está el ovni,
Lonely.
Allá está el ovni, ya se va desapareciendo ahí.
Maybe we would be able to see if it was a blimp if it said something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. It's giving me, I'm going to say unidentified. I don't know if it's a blimp. It's unidentified.
So that's a fact.
Oh, this one's an interesting one. Maybe that's just ocean and not actually sky that you're saying, and it's a boat.
That's a good point by Jesse there. I've seen some clips which are similar to this, and it turns out it is a ship. So that could be the case. For sure.
Cafish says he is saying that it is indeed a UFO because he speaks Spanish. See, I thought he was saying UFO too.
All right.
This one, I'm gonna have to. I think we have to give this one unidentified. I think that's fair.
Unidentified.
I think it's fair.
Unidentified is fair. Okay, I got the next video. I got the next one. Oops.
Everyone speaks French. Je ne sais pas. It's my favorite. I don't know.
Let's just do the whole show in French.
Skills, but me and my daughter were watching the live stream of the La Palma volcano eruption, and we were completely caught off guard by this. And it is two little lights, and it is flying within the area of the lava being spewed from the mouth of this volcano. And at first I was like, oh, it's just a drone. But then, logic, there's no way that any man-made object could withstand the heat that close to this volcano eruption. And with this right here, with this huge spew of lava, there is no change in the flight pattern. There is no change in the lighting. And it just continues to fly around this extremely hot area. So I'm not sure what we just caught on this video, but it is not normal. And you can see there.
So I lose it like halfway through when it like does a big spew.
Yeah, the craft's gone.
Yes,
but like right there, bam, I lose it there. I don't know where it goes after that. But beforehand, why would you be driving that close to it, even if it was a drone? Like, what the fuck?
Like, I've seen so many clips over the years of UFOs and volcanoes. There's definitely a connection there. I don't know what the connection is, but
definitely
there's been UFOs and volcanoes over the years.
And lightning storms too.
Lightning storms as well.
So, like, there's definitely some kind of connect. Like, they must be able to harness some of that, like that energy in some way that we obviously can't.
Or if it is a volcano, if they are going in and out of like a volcano, for example, I mean that goes underground. So I mean, this is like a conspiracy thing, but maybe maybe that's how they get into their underground base,
maybe,
or whatever, through these volcanoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
so how do we know?
You never know. You never know.
Spooky says that she saw the video and that
she dropped it in our Discord.
That she definitely says that it's a drone, and yeah, she has the video from it. Go ahead and play it then. But I still think that what Amy says right here is right. I do believe that there's a connection between UFOs and volcanoes, though. Absolutely, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay, hold on.
She did a comparison video on Discord.
Which one?
So let me.
That's just on
Spooky's
on the comment. She just said,
"Here, hold on."
Oh, yeah, Bree's trying to get it up right now.
Oh, okay.
She's trying to find it.
Okay, this is as big as I can do it because I think that. Oh, go back.
Oh, okay. Hey, Billy. Don't get us copywritten, damn it.
I know, shit. Night drone. Okay, so this is the drone footage I see of the drone itself. So it can somewhat get close then.
I think, but he lost I think whoever it was, the person lost the drone, right? because it had to have blown up. I'm sure it was like live streaming and then it just like died.
How do we know that's the same drone?
Yeah.
It's not from the same one. Spooky's just saying it's stuff like that.
Right, similar one. Okay.
Or it's an evil demon from hell. That's why? Yeah.
Could be
evil
the case.
demon from hell.
Thank
you, Spooky.
Never know.
Good perspective. This is why we like the live chat, because they help us debunk this shit. Usually really Tommy G is usually our fucking go-to. He's usually like on it.
Honestly, like it's the people in the chat sometimes that just make the show, because like it's that two-way communication, or like just people in the chat like being interested in what we're talking about, and giving their own input and opinions on what we're saying, and again bringing another perspective to the topic. And I just love that. Like it's such a big thing for me, and like just being able to share that with so many people.
Well, I think what people really want and crave in this community is a community, right? Like that's what people want, and that's what a lot of these shows are. Like it's an opportunity for people to go on these lives and like have these conversations with people that they wouldn't be able to have in public and things like that. So of course it's a beautiful way. Like, me and Bree started this audio stuff, so we didn't talk to or see a lot of the people who listen to us for a long time. So going on to YouTube, we're having a whole nother experience, and it's like, oh my God, now we can like live communicate with these people as we're doing things, and we're talking to so many more people and collaborating more. And it's so cool to just have like a community where you can like openly be into these things and nobody looks at you and they're like, no, that's weird and I don't want to talk about that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So wait, do you guys like being on YouTube like more than just being on a podcast, or was it was always, I guess, pre-recorded as well? So like,
so it's two very different beasts is what I'll say. I like them both.
I don't even know.
I like them both for different reasons. Like what was really cool about audio is like I didn't have to put makeup on, I didn't have to look at anyone. It was like very heavily researched. We used to spend like weeks and like notes. We could edit it down to make it sound perfection. But with live things and recording with video, it's an incredibly different beast, because if you're going to edit something, it's a lot more fucking editing, and we can't just sit here holding pieces of papers of like notepads that we have of notes that we're talking about like we normally would do with these like really long form informative podcasts. So I think what it is we're just adding to our like treasure chest of ways that we're bringing information to the world. So I think it's just nice to have in addition to of doing this. And I think it all started just because of Corona, because we had to be on the computer. And so it was like, why don't we take advantage of what we're already doing?
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, we weren't doing that before because we were recording in person together. And then it was like, well, Zoom is the only way, Skype is the only way we can make it work. And then we never
Skype
went
for
back.
a long time, then Zoom, and then StreamYard now. We just kind of been evolving over time as it went.
Yeah.
I think my only thing I feel like I've been saying a lot lately though is that I just hope that our audio listeners will come over. Because it's not
tell if like,
we don't have the same
So the thing is like our audio listeners are different. And I'll give you a good example, because Simon came in last night. You were talking to Simon. I remember that because Simon DM'd me and was like, and he was like, when's the next time you're going to put up an episode? He's like, I love the YouTubes, but I listen to you when I drive. And so I like to listen to in my podcast format, or there's people who listen to us when they work. So not a lot of people throw up YouTube, even though you can just listen to it with YouTube in the background. Some people prefer to listen to it in a podcast form. So I don't put everything we do on YouTube onto our audio feed. When we do like specific episodes, like when we do Bobby's Cryptid Corner, or when we did the episode about like reptilians, or like when we do holiday specials, I'll throw it on our audio feed. But stuff like this that really has to be like visual, it stays here. I don't put it on the audio feed. So we hope that they come over to see this additional content, because I don't want them to think that we're not just doing like we're only doing a small amount of stuff, because there's like this is daily that we're doing and we're not putting this out other than just YouTube.
So I just hope that they eventually will come over. But I do understand that some people, they just have a long commute, or they're
that was what I did.
Studying or doing something, cleaning your room, things like that. And our audio, we did really well in the podcast realm, and then we came to YouTube, and then it's like no one fucking watches us. It's like so weird. I'm like,
it's hard.
Everybody
You guys just YouTube really like actually putting that into it. And I mean,
it takes
I think
time.
you guys...
It takes time to build up like the community, and
yeah,
it's all about like, you know, it's just like the more you do, the more of like an audience you're going to have. It's just like, that's just life. It's like with everything.
Yeah.
The more you do something, the more it improves.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I just want to make everyone happy. I think Jamie touched on something important. It's like, I don't want them to think that we're like abandoning them, you know? We did have like some Patreons of ours drop off and be like, this isn't what you guys have been, you know, like the interviews they didn't like. It's just not,
which was crazy because we were interviewing some of the greatest people in the goddamn field, and they were just like, I didn't come here for interviews, I came here for UFO stories. And I'm like, well, god fucking damn it, we can't please everybody, you know?
No,
you need to,
but I want to
whatever, you know,
Moon Pie, that's not what we're fucking doing,
you know?
And
we're not making fun of anyone probing.
Yeah, and you know what, you might lose some subs or some subscribers or a Patreon guys, but you know, you'll gain them back as well. So
you appreciate all of the work,
all
that
the
you're
content,
doing.
not just one side of one.
Yeah,
you appreciate.
I just love all of our people, so I don't want to abandon them. I want
to throw this comment up there real quick. Maybe you're alienating people by making fun of anal probing. When have we made fun of anal probing? Please show me one video, picture, or text message, or whatever evidence you have, other than our show being called Butt Stuff. Please. Show me one place. Did we not just talk about how wonderful and awesome this community is, and then you stuck with the name Moon Pie? I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm a preacher and I love this stuff.
Stir the pot.
Some people just like to complain. That's just what it is.
Because look, they're getting attention. So
here's the one thing. And then here's the one thing. Oh wait, here it is. And we just had the Golden Pro again. Other than the name of what it's called, please point out where I'm making fun of anything. Thank you.
Yeah, we've never made fun of that. That's not a joke.
If you don't have any valid points,
been about experiencers. Like,
Jesus.
That's not funny.
And that's
you can't make everyone happy, and people are very opinionated in this day and time. And I don't think that people full on look into people before they run their mouth, or I should say run their fingers.
I mean, yeah, that stuff on Twitter the other day with you guys and
Miss Karen.
Lydia.
Yeah. That was just
Karen,
ridiculous. That was ridiculous to me, because if anyone knows you two, they'll know how hard you work and how much work you put into this. So for someone,
and how you're not new in the topic and just trying to get likes.
And we never have our titties out either.
I know, that's funny. She was like, they always have their tits out on screen, and I was like, literally, you only see my tits aren't even in the goddamn frame, buddy.
Yeah.
And I think I'm always wearing long sleeves.
Said about and I'm like, okay, and they're like, and about blowjobs. It's like, okay, B&J is actually just very clever, and it's their initials.
It's their initials. It's Bree and Jamie.
Exactly.
And some people are dense as hell.
Some people listen, and here's all I have to say, especially to people like Linda and people like this Moon Pie person. Look, if you don't like us, then don't watch us. It's that simple. We don't have to be involved.
Being negative, and then on your profile it says spread kindness. It's like, well, you're not very kind yourself, you know.
No. Like, and again, turn it off. Do you really have nothing else to do with your time but sit on here and watch this because you just want to yell at us because you don't like the way we name something? You know what you should do? Yeah. Go look up UFOs. How about you go out there and talk to experiencers and have conversations? You know what? Go on TikTok and watch some YouTube videos.
Well, I feel like if you did like us, then you would know that we've never made fun of anyone. So
never.
Like we've never made jokes about. We've never even done a comic of someone like bending over and like taking, like we've never done anything like that. So it's like, it's crazy. But you know, I think it just goes along with when you put stuff out there. People just can take it the wrong way in all kinds of directions. So it's just like,
not gonna lie, your drink sounded like you were grinding weed.
Yeah,
sorry. I thought you were rolling a joint.
You got your Starbucks.
I got 2.
You got 2?
Yeah.
Wait, can someone help me and tell me when there was a golden butt plug?
What did you go to?
I think they're referring to the golden probe. That was it was a giant dildo. It was literally a giant dildo. So I don't know how that's making fun of anything. It was a dildo. And a probe could be in more than just your asshole. It could you could put
probing.
A probe
it just
anywhere.
Means that you're like
inserting,
exploring. I actually had to look it up. I was like,
what words
it means
mean to
exploring.
I can't believe we have to. You have to explain to people what things are.
That comment from Buck's brilliant.
All right, that's all I'm gonna say on that one for now. Honestly, Moon Pie, the chat is gonna eat you alive and put you in your place. So I will let them do their thing. Enjoy, you guys. I don't say whatever you want.
Is it my turn for a video?
No, I'm gonna roll one. I'm gonna roll one.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll one.
Really, Amy's comment is good. I love Mick West's Golden Pro.
Oh, it's great. And
the fact that he did that, like that, honestly,
such a cool guy being involved with it that way.
So
yeah, I love that.
I just gained so much more respect for this.
Okay, so here's the thing. People dislike Mick West, and I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning things inside of the community. It's okay to look at videos and not call them things. Just because people don't agree with your opinions doesn't mean that you have to dislike them. I don't agree with half of the things Mick West says. I'm not endorsing him and saying that what he says is correct.
We still have respect.
But honestly, him doing this gave us an entire level of respect for him, because he understands at the end of the day, we're all just trying to have fun, and we're just talking about a weird subject, right? And he played with us, and like low key, he's a comedian, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, of course, and that's the only way you can be. I mean, because we're all going to have a difference of opinion at times and different theories or whatever and what's going on. But at the end of the day, we all just want the truth, and that's literally it. And and how we get to that truth, it's not going to be one way. It's going to take all of us playing our part,
different avenues,
doing the things we're all doing to work together and get to that truth.
And it's like having conversations like this and engaging with the chat and having these things, because I think that sometimes think it's going to come from like the government coming down and handing out documents. But I think what it is what we do is we build this community so big that when you start to go out and have conversations with people, it's so normalized that is disclosure. It goes from instead of it being such a weird fringe topic to just everybody can talk it about in everyday life. And I think that's what real disclosure is, right? I don't think it's necessarily like an alien coming down and landing. I think it's just deciding as a society that we believe in this.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it'll just be like some, one piece of paper, like, here you go, and here's perfect disclosure to the world. The government's already confirmed it, and that's pretty much all they have to do.
And it's not the first time the government's confirmed it. That's what drives me crazy sometimes, is like they've come out like multiple times. I'm just like, you guys, we keep having these same conversations again. Aliens are real, but like, what's next? Like, let's talk about the next step.
Yeah, I know. It's so, like, I think it is up to us and like what we're doing, and just growing that community and opening up these conversations, and just supporting each other and listening to each other, and giving that space for everybody to share whatever they feel comfortable sharing, or at least, if they don't want to share, they can hear other people's stories and realize, that they're not so alone in the subject. So
And that's what's important too, is about creating different spaces for people to tell different types of stories. Because like me and Bree have done episodes that are like very serious, where we sit down with people who are experiencers, but then we also have these episodes that are a lot more lighthearted, where some crazy information comes out because it's people let their guard down and they don't they're having fun, and they're like, okay, I feel comfortable. So I think that it's important to just like, whenever you're talking to people, just like open up that space to as many people as possible, so that you can have as many stories. You don't want to limit yourself down to only having one kind of conversation with somebody. I would never want to be taken as like a very serious, all I do is interview people kind of person, because that's not who I am at my core. You know what I mean? I love that aspect of it, but I think that there's so much more to ufology and so many cool bits and aspects. And that's why I love like people like you guys coming into the community and doing what you're doing, because you're bringing a different perspective and you're bringing a different eye to it. And it's showing and bringing more people into the world and into the eyes of it who, might not watch my show, but they definitely watch your show. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, with me, I've never followed one path with this topic at all, and definitely. I think that's the way it has to be for me, because there's so much stuff going on, so many things we don't know, and there's people who know things what I don't know, and vice versa. So we've all got to kind of come together and discuss these ideas and move this conversation forward. And I think it's dangerous. I mean, there's people within this community who will only focus on one side of it. They'll only talk about the government side of it, for example, and all this data, what might be there, which we still haven't seen yet. So, and at the end of the day, we can't do anything about that until we actually get to see this stuff. And until we get to see it, we're just talking about, it's yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
No, I know what you mean, though.
No, yeah. I think in general, it's just important not to have like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what direction you're looking at, like broaden that scope, there's no definitive answers on any of this. Nuts and bolts experiences or whatever you want to categorize all of this in. The paranormal, the whole phenomenon, like it's all connected, and we all don't have answers on any of this. So let's just be more open-minded, a little more patient, and
keep all the doors open. Keep all the doors open.
It's interesting you say that too, because I feel like it's what people talk about, like nuts and bolts and like the woo-woo separately. But you know how many people in this community started out as nuts and bolts, me included, and went over to the woo-woo side of things? It's so much more connected. It's the same thing with aliens and the paranormal. You start with the aliens, and then as you kind of dig into it, you're like, wait a second. It opens up this rabbit hole, and you start to realize, holy shit, everything and all of this is all connected with each other. And that's why we look into it and keep looking into it, because it's like it's a never-ending rabbit hole of like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah,
exactly. And like once you think that you're starting to like understand it, and then you're like, holy fuck, and you go down that other rabbit hole.
Something else will come up which completely
and it just blows your mind again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all what it's about, really. I feel like it's just expanding our mind and coming up with new possibilities, and to me, that's probably the most important. It's all about new possibilities and exploring them.
Of course. And I think that's why your show...
Anything's possible.
So I was just going to say, like last night, your show, The Golden Probes, that was the first time where I've seen, like, every single...
You had Corbell in the chat.
Yeah, Corbell
just saying, like, that was pretty cool.
But that was like the first time where I've seen every corner of UFO Twitter in one chat room, if that makes sense.
So that's kind of like what we were trying to do with
I
the
missed
whole
it.
I was
excited to watch
the show. So that's the one thing that we like we're trying to do with the probes. And when I was reaching out to people and like DMing them and asking them to be involved, is I was like, I want to involve as much as the community. And like the reality of it is that we're all very separated in this, but what brings us together at the end of the day is UFOs. And that's really what we were trying to do. We were trying to get people who dislike each other and openly beef with each other to all be in the same place and not beef with each other and just laugh and talk about UFOs. And like, we were really nervous about how it was going to go, and genuinely are very shocked that so many people were very excited about it.
No, it's brilliant. I thought it was brilliant.
I think I felt like it was something everybody needed, you know? And like, what a crazy year it's been in the topic, and like, just so much happening, and just the community growing like so much, and so many like new people coming in to the topic, including us, like starting like a channel in that time period. Like, there's just so many people that I think like when they saw that this was happening, it's like, yeah, we needed this. And it was so well done. It was really funny, and
thank you.
Hearted too. Like, you weren't cruel to anybody. That wasn't the intention, you know. And I think that everybody already like they got that, and that's why it was so appreciated, I think. And yeah, you guys did like an incredible job. Like,
yeah, it was great.
It was really good.
That was like our whole thing. We didn't want people to think that we were like making fun of them. That's why we tried to include as many people who were friends with us, because we're like, listen, we're not making fun of you. This is like it's a roast, as Bree said. It's the opposite. It's like this irony. We have a very weird sense of humor, and this is how we show our love to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody appreciated it. I didn't see a lot of any negative.
I didn't see any hate in the chat. From what I saw.
In the chats for sure, I saw no hate.
No hate in the chat. No, not at all. No.
We're not done, man. We woke up this morning and the three of us started.
Do we want to drop the name?
Maybe we should. I told Spooky to come in here when we open up the
chat, and then we'll wait for Spooky, and then we'll talk about it.
Wait for Spooky.
Okay. Because we do have something in mind.
Had fun. We had way too much fun.
We woke up this morning and we're like, okay, we don't have anything to do. Let's jump back in.
Yeah.
If you want
It
any
is so
help,
funny how well it looks
No
like it
better.
We
was.
can help you guys. in your
Yeah.
life too, so.
we'd love to help you guys.
I was like, and Artemis, thank you so much for coming through and fucking doing a presentation for us, especially from McWest.
Yeah.
I appreciated that so much, and I'm so happy that you did.
Thank you even for like asking me. That was really cool. Yeah,
Like I said, I want to get as many people involved as possible. Like, it didn't matter, like, if you were a bigger name or a smaller name or new to the community or old to the community. Like, I just wanted everybody involved, and so I just reached out to every level I could, and whoever answered back, I was like, fuck yeah, you're in, let's go.
Yeah, I love it, and I got to announce the McWest Award, so that's like highlight for me of 2021 for sure.
Oh my god, that video is like murdering on Twitter right now. It is. Honestly, it's softening him up to so many people. So many people are like, "Oh, I like McWest now," and I'm like, "Yes, exactly. Just a little love."
Like, he has like a charm to him.
He's always been important for this topic. This is what people don't think about. Like his take on the topic and how he goes through all the data and all like the evidence and all. Like we need people like Mick West.
That's what I'm saying. People hate on him because they're like crushing people's worlds or whatever. But like, again, if you don't subscribe to someone's like shit, then just don't watch them. Like, you don't have to watch it's just opinions.
Of course. And also he's just doing what we're doing. He's asking the questions. That's all he's doing. So it's fine by me. It's all good.
All right, Bree, play the next video, my love. I told you we're barely getting through videos this episode. I feel like we can just talk for fucking ever. But here's the good news: we do butt stuff literally every day, so you can come on whenever you want.
Yes.
Yeah, love it. Love butt
I was like, every day.
It's worth it just to say that.
It's worth it just to say it.
I had to say it. I'm not.
Oh,
that's just music. And I didn't want us to be like,
the music.
Looks like the UK, the houses. I'm not sure.
UK vibes.
Damn, fucking Moon Pie took over the chat. Like everything is
Buck is in there. Like, I traced your IP address. I know who you really are.
Okay, so what are we looking?
I was like, Moon Pie, do whatever you want. The chat is gonna be brutal. Like, they do not stand up for this shit. And I was like, they're gonna do whatever they want.
Oh shit!
Okay, so to me, I don't like this.
Wild.
He does.
Why?
I don't like this one because it's just stationary and it's just giving me
no, it's
like
not. It's cruising for a boozing.
It's moving a little.
But it's not giving me anything extraordinary, so I'm not super inclined.
On the top.
Not even in the
light
close
flare,
up.
Yeah.
It just looks really far away.
To me, it looks like it's going like this.
Giving me satellite vibes.
Like if you crumple up a piece of tinfoil and you move it around, that for some reason that's how I feel. So I tried to ask if we could shake hands, to be honest. I did. If you guys read, I tried.
He did. I know. I told you the chat.
I tried to explain that we know that these are real people with trauma, and I had to let him know that we are that one time I was abducted by aliens. For a reason.
Oh my goodness.
You preaching to the choir, babe.
Yeah.
All right.
So
this one
what is up
is
with this
not,
one?
this
I'm
is
going
not
to say
giving me-
unidentified.
I'm gonna say it's giving me satellite vibes.
Satellite vibes.
It's just like cruising at a speed. It's like the sun is down, so it's catching the light. It's giving
It's
me.
hard to judge those ones where it's just a dot in the sky. So you don't know how fast it's going, and it's hard to judge.
That's what I'm saying. Like that other one that was like truly identified. At least it had more of a blimp shape to it. But like a dot in the sky that's bright, it just I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we finally have boobs on screen.
Yes.
Marvin is the best. Satellite vibes.
Is Marvin in your guys' chat at all? Because he does the funniest little pictures in the whole wide world. Here, Marvin, I'm going to put their YouTube inside the chat. Please go and add them, and please go in their lives and do your drawings because they're the greatest thing.
Luke is like, that's a butt.
Yeah, that's
not
butt.
boob. That's a butt.
It's a butt. Oh.
The chat.
Because I think boobs is like the parentheses.
Look at my
those
there
are
you
small.
go. Yeah, there you go. Those are some big ones.
Those
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna do that. Good.
Those are chunky ones.
Keep me out of trouble.
Hey, Bitcoin. Let's make some NFTs.
Why are we always getting in trouble?
We're always getting in trouble, I know. And we're like trying to be the least problematic. I got the next video.
For JJ?
Oh. Ooh.
What kind of vagina is that?
A helicopter, a drone. It's not my drone.
Looks like
Okay, watch. Watch. Here's where it gets scary. Watch this. Watch.
Oh shoot!
Look at the light coming off of it.
Alyssa.
I showed this to Alyssa a while ago. She's like, "Oh, you faked it. Like what? What did I fake?
You yeeted it up in the air.
What? There's lights coming off of it. There's like a spotlight. It's trying to find me again.
Where the government's gonna come murder us.
That's it.
If you don't have it, we don't post
Look at
any
you can see it
videos.
in the
We're
clouds.
dead.
Okay, so now we're gonna zoom into it. I showed this to Mom and she said.
She said it's a
I showed it to Jen.
But
I
just
showed it to Jen.
wait until he zooms in.
All this stuff on TV now about how there's unidentified flying objects.
That's what I'm
And Mom
saying,
just says,
Spooky.
and now I catch one on camera on our property.
Okay,
right
wait.
overhead.
Let me see if I can fast forward it to the
So
video.
all this-
Was it fast?
I was out there when this came by.
Bam. That was his video of that right there. That gives me sketch ass vibes.
Is that just I guess it's just a picture, or you guys paused it?
Oh, I just paused it.
I heard something.
Now I lost it, you bastard. He just wants to
sorry.
yell. He just
But
wants
that
to
is
yell.
true. Like,
So this
why
is the
are we
thing-
watching him?
I don't know. I blindly download UFO videos. I never know what we're watching. So that's a picture of it.
Go
with
back.
the still.
So that is interesting.
I'm
for
saying with the
sure.
light coming off of it. And then in the very beginning of the thing, when they first played the video, or it's a picture is what it is. Like, what is that?
That's really cool picture.
I wish he just could have showed pictures of his shit. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why we had to watch him, but this one gives me fucking UFO vibes for sure. Does he do it at the end at all?
I'm so weird with
But
crafts
it's
that I think
why-
are like physical.
Did that like TikTok account post any? Like, is that his account? Like that person?
Yeah,
Like,
I just blindly download them. I'm like, ooh, UFO video. That's the whole fun of it. We never know what the hell we're watching, and there's no context.
Yeah.
no, I was just curious. Like, maybe he has better, or like the actual footage, not just him looking at it. But I don't know.
Still out with moon pies.
Oh.
I want to be nice to our guests. Like, we've never had drama on the show.
I was like, we've never had people being like that in the chat. I love it.
I just have.
No, it's not you guys.
We have.
Okay, I got another one. I'm not giving Moon Pie more attention, damn it. We're watching UFO videos.
Yeah, and
A helicopter, a drone.
There's like a red.
I just did that one. It's haunting me, Bree. This happened last show where Bree kept showing the same video over and over and over
After
again.
I would delete it. I moved it off my computer into the trash, and then I would still play the same video.
Wants to be
Every
seen.
time. It really did.
Hello, my friends. So in this video, I'm going to let the video speak for itself. You can find it on the full video on my YouTube Oregon Sasquatch Encounter. I'm going to take some time here and just, instead of describe the video, let you watch it, and I'm going to speak from the heart today. I feel I need to speak from the heart. So if you see this and you're going to say stump and criticize it, then just scroll on. Because your ego's already made up your mind for you. So
I like that.
But if there is an ounce of belief in you, if you look at this and your ego, and you've learned to put your ego aside, and there is an ounce of belief in you that, wants to believe in the Sasquatch, wants to believe that it's real, then take a moment and just listen to me.
I'm listening.
These people
Is he crying?
that we call the Sasquatch or
Maybe.
Bigfoot or whatever we term them or label them are a beautiful species. They are a beautiful, wild, human-like species. They are not monsters. They are not, they don't go out and seek to hunt you and kill you like we do. They're a beautiful, gentle, connected with nature people. And if there is just part of you that just yearns to know more about these beautiful people out in the forest.
Oh, people, I like
Then just open your heart. Go out into the forest. Open your heart. And have no motives. Have no agenda. Just seek to connect with them openly.
Like the aliens.
And you have to understand, they're not going to walk out of the bush and shake your hand, okay? They don't operate like that. Sometimes they walk out of the bush. On very rare occasions, physically they may come out and let you see them. But most of the time, if you seek a relationship with them, they are going to do it in a very spiritual way, a very higher way. They're going to send you visions. They're going to, manifest things right in front of you. They're going to send you energy and feelings. But I'm going to do part 2 here to kind of speak more about this.
Please, no, thank you. Do not do a part 2. You should have won Comet's show host of last night's award.
He was chill.
As much as I liked his vibe, that was very boring and monotone. But I do like what he's saying, because he's basically saying you contact them the same way you contact aliens. You go out there, you set your intentions, you sit outside, and you fucking call them, and that's exactly what CE5 is.
Do you call them like?
I was like, I don't know, Bree, you're the one who's been Bigfoot hunting before. Did they have Bigfoot like whistles?
Yeah, they do weird things.
Oh my goodness.
It is strange. I'm going to play one UFO video and then let's open it up. And I hope that Spooky is still here.
Oh, so we could talk about our shit. Yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to pick a random one.
I'll get the link ready while you do it.
What is this?
Are reptilian
no. I don't want to see that one.
Oh,
okay, fine. We can
okay.
When they appear on Earth, they try to do it covertly. Some come from a totally different reality. Others come from different planets. When Earth enters a full harmonious level 4 consciousness, those things will appear and they will affect everyone.
What was he referring to?
The reptilians.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed it at the beginning. I was like, wait, what are we referring to?
The lizard people. That's not what I wanted to see. But I thought you guys were responding to something. You know.
All right, give me a different one. That one's unsatisfied. I'm sorry.
This one was good.
Por este lado, mira, aquí no le interfiere por este lado, por este hueco.
I'm pausing it.
I've seen this one before.
I was like, I feel like I've seen this one before too.
This is the Hawaii.
Yeah, the Hawaii blue one, right?
Are you sure? I thought it wasn't. I thought it was the other way. I thought that it was vertical.
No, well, there was more than one sighting.
Could be right.
There was more than one sighting.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone speaks Spanish in Hawaii.
I think one of the people who saw this described it going into the water as well. I could be wrong.
I agree. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Either going into the water or coming out of the water was one of the two. I don't remember which one it was, but yes, I know exactly. We played the video of it on here before, Bree. We played that video. I just don't remember
the other one. Yeah.
Okay,
now
I do. Wait, hold on. No. I have one more video that we talked about before. It's not Sasquatch, so everyone don't get too excited. But there's one video. Hold on, I have to see if I can find it. Okay, because we talked about this one time, and I couldn't believe that nobody knew who this was. Not Sasquatch, I promise. He'll come soon.
Say it with me. There is no such thing as a coincidence. The fact that you're watching this video means you are energetically aligned with me and this message.
His
the
eyes.
words and emotions you rehearse on
I
the
love
inside
him.
will plan a time and place to meet you on the outside.
I hear it's off.
Listen to this again.
Walks away. Oh shit.
Oh my god, with two hooded
So his whole entire account, he's like we are cosmically connected, and he is such a goddamn vibe. He's like, no, there's no such thing as a coincidence. You're watching this video for a reason, and his eyeballs bring me in every time, and I love him to death. Oh my god. Nobody knew who he was, and I was like, you guys don't know the goddamn. There's no such thing as a coincidence, guys. His eyes are not real. That's a filter. It is a filter. He went on like Good Morning America and like told everybody. He was like, yeah, it's just a filter that I'm using.
Oh, right.
I was gonna say that
his nose kind of like in the filter, like goes down like a witch or something. I mean, that's his real nose. Then
it still creeps me out though.
Oh, before we drop the link, I do want to say that Moon Pie has given us an olive branch and a white dove, and is waving the white flag and has bought us an alien. So Moon Pie. So let's stop attacking the poor Moon Pie, everybody. Yeah, we will
squash any beef for money.
We will squash any beef for monetary gain. That is without a doubt. Okay, so I'm gonna Bree, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Why don't you play a video while we wait for anybody to come on? And if not, we just keep watching videos and continue.
Do it.
Hold on.
Ooh, truth, behold, yes, truth, everybody, especially Buck. Spook, come on here so we could talk about our summer plans.
Definitely.
CGI.
Okay, what's this one?
CGI.
My truthful.
Did you see how quick that was? Like, bye.
I don't know.
That's CGI 1,000,000%.
Yeah, CGI. Not into it. Nope.
100%.
Apparently, those crafts have been seen all over the world.
Oh my god! I love when they do that in the videos, and they're like, you won't believe there's been millions of sightings of this ones.
Yeah.
All right, I have another video while we're waiting for Spooks. This was one I wanted to play earlier that I accidentally clicked.
Because I still have 39 videos.
Dormir,
So
el
you have...
espíritu está saliendo
I
del
skipped
cuerpo
him.
y dormimos.
I
Lo
loved
que pasa
him.
ahí es que la conexión de
You have to read the
nuestro ombligo
subtitles, but he's basically
el
saying that you're
espíritu
like
no se
connected to the
desconecta.
spirit world, like your spirit
Para
guides
el
are connected.
cuerpo-
You could talk to them in your dream time.
Yeah, I muted him.
I believe that concept as well. So yeah, legit for me. This guy.
Not hard to believe.
No, it's not. Hold on, let me see. So it says each night when we lay down and we go to sleep, the spirit is leaving the body and we sleep. What is happening is that a connection of our navel and the spirit does not disconnect. So you're still connected to your body. So the body can continue resting. So it's kind of like an anchor to it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
About the silver cord.
And I love that because I think a lot of people don't think that it goes super deep into like Native American culture and stuff like that. And it's like, that's where that shit originated at. Like, this is not a new hippy dippy kind of like woo-woo psychic kind of stuff. Like, this is deep embedded within like the indigenous people of America. And like, that is their culture. Yeah. And they've been talking about that stuff for a long time. And specifically talking about using that kind of doorway to speak to extraterrestrials and gods and beings in space.
I'm a dreamer for sure.
Yeah, I'm a midnight toker. All right, Bree, give me another video.
1,
Spooky said she'll be
2,
here in like 2 minutes, so
3, 4. Look at him.
Oh, there's another. Yeah, that's what they are. Look.
Okay.
There's another one coming.
Where? Oh, look, another one.
That's crazy.
Oh,
that one's definitely interesting.
I like that one.
That.
Yeah.
I think we need to see more of the clip though. Like, does that light which appears away from the other ones? Does that come into the rest of them? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they're all connected, if they're separate. So at the beginning of the video, it looks super connected, but then when they start to go away, it doesn't look connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's weird.
And because you got that one.
Yeah. All right, that one's giving me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say UFOs. Yeah. Spooky Beebs. Okay, Spooky, my sweet angel. Okay, so why don't we tell everyone what the 3 girls' new adventure is going to be in June?
In June.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
No, I want you to do it.
Okay. So, in lieu of what the energy of last night was, we're going to be doing a Midsummer's Night roast.
Ooh.
And that sounds just as daunting as it is to say. So that's what's going to be happening. And
I have this idea that we're all wearing. I have this idea that we're all wearing flower crowns, and then if you ever watch the movie, there's the end where they like take the bear head off, and I just want to be Brie.
Yeah.
I was already picturing like a whimsical theme, like a midsummer dream.
Yeah.
Yes, we wear like white flowy clothes. Have you seen the movie?
Have you seen the movie?
Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not
no.
Just Midsummer Nights.
Midsummer Night.
Sorry, Midsummer.
Yes,
just Midsummer.
I'm so confused.
Oh,
Midsummer Murder?
Sweden.
No, it's like they're in like some weird like
Swedish cult. Yes.
Such a good movie.
Great film.
Holy, that was
so that's what we're gonna base it off of. We're gonna do a midsummer night roast. Yes.
Just like whoever basically falls.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that
was
we're totally part of it.
Yes, so you guys can come. That's we decided because when we woke up this morning, we were like, shit, we need more things to do.
Right.
And so like I said to Spooky, I said summer camp. And what Spooky? What'd you say?
Midsummer's Night Dream, and then you said Midsummer's Night Roast.
Night roast. We're like, bam, there.
There it is.
So good.
And so yeah, that's what we're. Yeah, so that's our next big project that we're gonna do. We have 6 months to do it, so we have a lot of time to like ask people, then
nice
reach out.
Comfy.
It's going to be, so it's going to be a nice summertime refresher. I have no idea the direction it's going to go, or because it's not going to be like the Golden Pros by any means. It's going to be a completely different thing, but I have no idea. We're excited for it.
Well, let's see what the next 6 months of UFOs has for us, right?
So that's the thing too.
It's like a release valve every 6 months.
I think, yeah.
And that's the thing. We kind of have to wait to see what happens in the community over the next few months to figure out like what it is we're even going to talk about. So it's going to be a very interesting journey.
I think we have to start now. Like we can probably start with a few things now since it'll take us a while to get it all together. Hi,
Amy's
here. And maybe we'll do longer than an hour since everyone was like, wait, that's it. So if we have 6 months, I feel like since we're
announcing
can
definitely stretch
now,
it over an hour in 6 months. We did 53 minutes in like 4 days. So we can
and
do
Bree was like worried because like 35 minutes in, she was like, Jamie, we're blowing through these. You don't have these timed out. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I timed this. Like when we got Lewis from UCR to come in, I literally had him in and he came in a minute before he was supposed to. And Rich was like 2 or 3 minutes before, and it was pure perfection.
You literally cut him out.
You cut him out as well.
So good.
Yeah. Great.
I was like, I had to move things along. I had a completely time schedule. And so here's the thing though. The thing though is that when I planned it, the idea was that we were going to go to Priscilla's afterwards. So I wanted to have it tight enough where we had enough time at the end to switch out and to go over there. But then she ended up canceling. So it kind of didn't matter, but I still had this hour-long format that I was trying to keep. And because I had told people what times to come on, I wanted to make sure that I had that. So that was like the biggest like struggle of it, is just making sure it was bam. And like I said, Bree texted me at one point. She was like, bro. And I was like, it's okay. I got this. Do not worry.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to last forever. It was like, bam, it was gone.
Bree, you went on a 5-hour-long after party stream. What are you talking about?
I fell asleep and came back and it was still going.
Oh my gosh, Bree, you are my hero. I was just watching her, like in her zone.
Like about 4 a.m. or something,
I was up till like
I was embarrassed. I told Jamie to take it off.
No, it was such a good stream. You were so cute, and you were such a good hostess. I was like, oh my gosh, you held it together for 5 hours straight, and you were still like super perky at the end, super perky at the beginning and the middle, and super consistent with like manners and being able to be really cool about any crazy joke and anybody who's like, it's a lot to take in StreamYard calls, and you just acted so supernatural for 5 hours.
For 5 fucking hours.
Thank you, that makes me feel better. We can take it off private now.
I was like, she made me put on private. So it's funny too because Bree's been like bugging me because she's like, Josh wants us to do like a 24-hour stream. We got a fucking stream. And she had her first taste of a nice 5-hour go along. So did you ever get up to go pee?
Probably at one point.
Like, did you just by yourself abandon everybody in the room and just leave?
Yeah, so I'll be back when peeing. Not a big deal.
I just didn't know.
Everybody pees, mate. I'm like, I'll be right back.
They do. Be back.
Good job.
A 24-hour stream would be cool. Thank you.
Chica, good job, Spooky. That was amazing.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a 5-hour show.
That was amazing. I think about you a lot now. All day long, I'm like, the talent is insane with all that stuff that he did.
Yeah.
She did. But there's so much in this. There's so many people in this community that are like, you don't realize that have talent and can do things. And Spooky is one of them who we picked up along the way. She's been doing stuff for other shows, and I don't think that she's been as recognized because she's been like a lot of behind the scenes and not on camera. And so now that she is, we're like, Spooky, let's go. You have so much to fucking contribute to this. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. I hate being on camera.
I know.
No, I'm so glad to see her out and about and doing her thing. And
I even got the DSLR out today, so I have.
I know you got the fancy camera. I know.
I'm happy to see Spooky out and hanging out and contributing with the girls, and we're chilling, and it's so much fun. And I'm just like, it's amazing the stuff that's been created. Like, what was created last night?
Oh my god!
57 minutes. I even know.
I have a whole channel of that. I have a whole channel of crazy stuff like that.
I've seen a lot. Like, we've all seen a lot of stuff on YouTube, but what was created there, I don't think I've ever experienced that on a YouTube show ever.
Well, I hope I was able to update
I never think I've experienced that.
So everybody went in thinking it would be one thing, and then halfway through it turns into something completely different. And they're like, wait, we're like 2 layers deeper now. Where are we?
Yeah, and I thought it was funny too because
it goes back up.
I think like people like had no idea really what to expect, and then when that first video rolled, the whole chat was like, holy shit, the production. And they were like, what are we getting into? And then the more they got into it, they were like, oh my god, this is so well done. Like, this is not just 2 people on camera like talking to each other. Like, we had shit like literally planned out in these videos done, and they were like, wow. And like that's why like we haven't been answering our fucking DMs to people, or we haven't been on our Discord, because we've literally been like nose down just like trying to like make it something fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and the team, that you guys developed.
That's right, fucking spooks.
It was fun.
I was going to give Joey a little shout out.
What'd you say?
I was going to say, Joey, who's in the chat, Spaghetti League. We've got a DM from him like a couple of days ago. We are going to get back to you, Joey.
Yeah, we are interested. Yeah, we do have.
We love Joey.
I love Joey.
Sometimes in this community, you have to remember we don't get back to people right away. Sometimes people do, but sometimes it takes me 2 days to fucking answer somebody because their message gets buried and I forget that I'm having a conversation with them. So don't ever take any of us creators as like ignoring you. We genuinely just have like a lot going on, because it's not just me, it's like everybody.
Exactly.
It's a good point.
Because sometimes it seems
like all the socials.
Well, because sometimes it seems like we answer like really quickly back to people or not to other people, and it's not that we're taking priority. Like I said, it's just like we have a lot going on in our goddamn lives. Like, and it's not just me; it's everybody in this community. We have a lot happening, so like that's we have to kind of operate that way.
So now let's thinking things that they want to do. I have a feeling like everyone's going to want to be involved.
I was like, I was like, Amy, I don't know if you heard, but we're doing a Midsummer Night Roast in June is what we've decided.
I can't wait. Call me. I'm in. Tell me whatever.
Awesome.
I'm going to this Dave Scott thing. Trolls be damned.
Ooh, so what do you mean trolls be damned? Who's trolling?
Oh my gosh, I'm scared of them.
Okay, so
I'm just kidding. I have no trolls. No,
you don't have to answer. But okay, so I heard Dave on the chat the other day. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this SOR Vegas trip, and if that one person shows up, we'll just deny them entry." And I was like, "Who is he talking about?
Is that me?
I don't know. I have no idea." But he said it on his thing, and I really wanted to be like, "Spill the fucking tea," but it was like very obvious to not ask that. But I was like, "I
probably us."
I don't think
so. Oh my gosh! Wow, I forgot we were live. So wow.
Me and Dave comment every day to each other, and he likes all my comments, so I don't think it's us. He does his thought of the Dave every day, and every day I'm the first person to comment on it, and I say, Dave, we meet again. I am first.
Dang it! I was really hoping I could go out to Vegas just to hang out with you guys and go to this Dave Scott thing, but since I'm denied entry.
No, Amy, you could drive here, couldn't you?
I'm not going to the Dave Scott thing. No.
Why?
Why? I'm denied entry.
Why?
They already publicly announced it. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's you. Wait, is it really you?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
yeah.
what? It's really
Why?
It got cold for a second. I'll DM you later, man.
Okay, DM me later. I didn't know that was real drama.
Everybody
I just thought
loves
he was talking
you.
about
You're the
random.
queen.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
you're the queen.
I thought that was Tony in the background speaking that.
I was like, what's going on?
I thought it was Tony.
Is that your hubby, Amy?
Yeah, that's my husband.
Hi, hubby. Oh, you probably
Hey, Paul.
picked your
Jamie
eye.
says hi.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Bree says hi.
Everyone
Spooky
says
and Josh and
hi.
Artemis say hi.
Hi.
Like,
Fucking
okay.
Yes.
He says
No, okay,
hi.
Josh and Artemis are a vibe right
So,
now. It's just like
You're not far from Vegas, though, are you, Amy? Like, I could drive to you, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have good vibes.
Like, you're not far. You're Arizona,
No,
right?
it's like 8 hours. I could jump on a plane and be there in an hour.
Not far. I was like, yeah,
Moon
it's
pie?
an hour
busted,
away.
man.
It's moon pie.
The utter cheek of it.
Listen, Moon Pie, you made it up to us by paying us money, so we love you. We
Oh my
appreciate a
gosh.
sponsor.
What was the beef?
Whoa.
It doesn't even exist anymore.
The beef was
No. I know.
I just
Oh,
really
I
didn't
was
think
like,
the
I'm
trolls
over
went
it.
that deep. I didn't think the trolls went that deep, man. They've infiltrated even Dave Scott's mind.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh man. Listen, there's
You know what? All
trolls
I've done, okay,
everywhere.
before, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say something since we're
Oh, say
live
it,
and
say
we're
it,
going to
do
do
it.
this like it's a public stage, okay?
All right, go
Like,
for it.
all I've done is defend myself.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Most of the Twitter fights I get into have become from defending myself,
For sure.
you know, and not just defending myself, but including a derogatory tweet along with a photo of either me or a friend of mine,
Yes.
and usually calling me or a friend of mine out as being too vulgar as female.
oh, I'm surprised we didn't get that
and
yet.
and so for me, that's like a huge trigger. You know, like I'm a chick, I'm allowed to be who I want, what I want, do what I want, whatever. You know, like I don't care. Like if I want to dress up super sexual, I should be able to do it. If I don't, then I don't.
Yes.
You know, like it's my choice. And you can go whatever. Anyway, I don't wake up and like decide to say, you know what, I don't like what this person's doing. I woke up today and I decided random Twitter ufologist Jerry Jingleheimer Schmidt, I don't like his Twitter account. I think he's too sexual. And you know, like, and I'm not talking like there's a line and then there's not a line, okay? There's a line and then there's not a line.
I totally know what
like,
you're talking about.
we all
Yeah.
know what line that is.
certain ways.
Jerry Jarber Schmidt has like a very crazy Twitter account. I mean, crazy. You know, like should have be on xvideos.com or whatever. You know, versus like some guy who's just being silly, talking about whatever. But like, I think the point that I'm trying to make is that you know, I don't wake up thinking that I'm going to bash someone. Like, that's not. I never have ever made like an independent tweet where I was like, I have something to say. This person fucking sucks.
So we
like I don't do that. I promote. Like I love to be like, I love this person. I love this channel. They're
You're
creating
sharing and
stuff.
retweeting a lot of things. That's what you're using.
Yes,
for.
and
But
I'm-
Amy,
yes.
let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something because recently I have also gotten into a lot of that too on Twitter, and you specifically know who I'm talking about because we were both dragged into that bullshit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that you have to remember. I think at the end of the day, I understand where you're coming from, and your fans understand where you're coming from. So when they see you have these arguments with people, most of the time they're gonna like the shit you're talking about and be on your side and get behind your back and fuck anyone else who thinks anything differently. Honestly, if they think that you look stupid or they don't like how you're arguing, then they don't understand you and they don't actually look into you or know what the hell is going on. So just move on with your life. You know what I mean? Like the hate and the criticism in the community is my biggest fucking pet peeve, specifically when it comes to women, because so many women who are coming up in this field right now and who are making a name for themselves, people want to bash on purely because they're women and they just don't want to see women succeed. And that shit has to stop. Who cares? This field, I openly welcome more and more people, every person in this chat, to start your own goddamn channel and talk about UFOs. Just do it. Stop the fighting. Love each other. Talk about fucking UFOs. That's all what it is at the end of the day.
I will poke you.
That's all that it is.
What it's about.
That's all that it is.
Honestly,
it's just talking about UFOs, and the drama just really gets in the way. And sometimes I just think people get really addicted to the drama. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's almost like, I mean, we already know from the WikiLeaks, right? Or not the WikiLeaks, but the Facebook leaks that came out from that whistleblower from Facebook, that they're pushing the algorithm to make it like 2% more aggressive, so that when you look through your Facebook feed, because it engages people, violence engages people, right? And so it's just crazy how everything's kind of just shaking out. And it's just like we were saying, like, just put a positive tweet out there. Just be like, I support this person. I think this, like, don't wake up to bash, wake up to promote someone, to put them up. There's so many people in your life that you could bring up. There's so many people that you could wake up and kick down. But what's kicking down somebody else going to do to you? It's just going to kick other people down, you know? And if you push people up, you're going to expand, and your heart chakra is going to open, and you're going to have so much going on more in the world, and you're going to just be so much more connected to God and the universe and the gods and goddesses inside of us.
Amy, listen, this is what's happening to you. You are ascending into the next dimension, right? And you are leaving everybody else and their negativity behind. And it sucks and it feels probably really frustrating right now, but this is genuinely just part of growth. When you start to grow and think of things as a bigger picture, you leave a lot of the bullshit behind. And it's not like, it's a traumatic experience of going to like opening up and to like having your, you know, you're getting into that bigger dimension of things and starting to like open up your eyes, you know? So you're good, Amy. Don't worry. It sucks, but it's worth every penny. Don't worry.
No, man. Like my heart chakra was just like ripped open, like in the last year. Like, and I can like, and I know it's my heart chakra because like literally one day I woke up, and it started since I started podcasting and video casting, whatever. And I like woke up and I was like, whoa, I was like, what has happened? Like literally a chakra broke through in my heart. Like I felt it, and it's just been really beautiful. So like, yeah, Jamie, girl, right there on your vibe, like awakening to some sort of 5D reality that maybe I've had like a pitchfork and I'm like like a pickaxe, right? And I've been like cutting away at it, but like going out here and talking about this stuff, especially talking to you girls about. This isn't even my butt stuff. This is Artemis and Josh's butt stuff. I'm doing it. Sorry. I will take over the show if you ask me to. You all know this.
No, we know, and that's why we love you.
But yeah, no, because
like a breath of fresh air. Like
I'm excited to try for you guys to have Jeremy on your show, Alien Scientist. Because Jamie, did you see what he wrote in the chat?
No, I didn't see.
It was like I had this experience, but it was all in my head. Like I don't believe it.
Yeah. That's when I was.
And then you were like, "Well, the mind is a powerful thing. Like who knows what could be?" Because when I came on in your show, we had. I would say I came in with that perspective, but this is maybe the Jamie Bree effect. Like I seriously was pretty like as hard science as I can be. Oh yeah, alien girl, so hard science, right? But like hard science. No, but I walked in and I was like, I had this meditation, this experience, and I came out and I realized the validity of these meditations, you know, or like a dream with a dead relative or things like this. Like these are really important things. And you know, I don't know. So thank you for that, Bree and Jamie. You brought out something of me that like
I think what we try to
was weird.
What we try to do is just like me and Bree have a lot of really weird, crazy out there ideas, and so when people tell us their stories, we just like to like throw out all the things that we've learned along the way to be like, ooh, it could be this, ooh, it could be this, because it's something that me and her have done with each other through us, you know, talking about this subject as the years go on. And the more subjects we look into, the more and more we see these connections and stuff. And so we're so excited to share those different kind of like nuggets of information because it took us such a long time to realize it. So I think it's nice sometimes to like be able to give that information and not have to have people go out there and try to look for it. It's like, oh shit, I've never thought of that before. So I love to just kind of have those kind of conversations with people where we're like, we could just let our mind go crazy. And because we all believe in aliens and anything is possible. So you can think of any of those outcomes or possibilities.
Well, and just like the spiritual benefits of meditation and the spirit guide. Like, I think if you can, like, because it helped me admit that, like, I was in contact with my spirit guides. Anyway.
I think sometimes I think sometimes all of us just need to have conversations with people about our experiences, because then it starts to validate us and we put our own connections together, you know? It's just through having these conversations in these spaces, we're able to learn more about ourselves, you know?
Totally.
Webcam utility.
She has to turn it off every like 45 minutes. Am I right?
So Spooky, how did you hook up with the girls? How did you hook up with that one time I was abducted? Like, where did you meet them?
Good question.
It's really weird. It's through
UFO Joe.
Joe, the guy who does the comics.
Okay. Oh, I love his
So,
stuff. He was recently in
it was
like
right
a
after
Denmark
the
magazine,
Anjali
wasn't
show.
he?
It was right after the
Mhm.
show that Steven did with Anjali. I think it was the second one. Or was it the first one? One of them.
One of them.
And he'd created a Discord of like RT people from the community, and that's how we all met in that chat. So now it's just me, Bree, and Jamie.
Yeah,
The
that's
only
literally
people
all of them.
everyone else left, but yeah.
Yeah, but he
Now
brought
I'm here.
together this really interesting group of people, and for the first like month, we all vibed and we had a lot of ideas, and then people just started to disappear, and here we are now.
That is so cool. I love it. I love the
Listen,
collaboration, guys.
Everything happens for a reason. There was a
I
reason
know.
that Spooky was brought in. We had to talk to
Right.
Joe in order to get to Spooky, and everything had to happen the way it did for it to happen the way it did.
Yeah.
And then last night is the result, and
Exactly.
yeah,
great. Yeah.
So I kept saying when Bree was like, "We got to cancel it," I was like, "No, we have to keep moving forward."
It was literally the next morning after Christmas. The first thing I get, she's like, okay, vacation is over. It's back to business. We need this, we need this, we need this. And I'm like, but it's Christmas Day too.
And I
She's
said,
like,
absolutely
no.
not. Joy is over. Let's go.
Christmas joy is over.
I was like, Bree did all the writing and Spooky did all the videos, and I have to say that my talent was kind of like yelling at everyone and telling them to give me everything. That was my more
to be fair, you
contribution.
kept me on track. Like,
So that's like what I
I'd
did,
constantly
yes,
be like,
on
"What do I have
track.
left? Can you send me this?"
And I'm like, bam, bam, bam,
And
bam, and I'd like,
I'm
yeah.
like,
So
yes.
I was kind of like, I'm very good at like being a manager and organizing things. So I was like the hub of it all, and I like ditched it and collected it. And so like that, I had no creativeness in it personally, but I am the managing master of life.
Dude,
good at that.
I was lost from the beginning, where it was like it was an actual. I felt like I was watching the actual Oscars in the beginning.
That was
better.
Yeah, of course it was better.
Except better, right? What Artemis
Yeah.
said, like much better.
Yeah,
We just tried to have fun with it, man. That's all that we were trying to
Can't
do.
fuck the next one up then. Maybe
Like
we
you
set
brought
the
in
bar too high.
Goofon, you brought in Mick West, you brought in some really intricate, interesting, big personalities, all within like 56 minutes, and like literally every other 2 minutes I could not stop laughing just because of the amount of amazing like people you brought in that I just can't get enough watching because they're so funny to watch even for 2 hours.
Yeah, one thing that was really hard for us to do is as we were getting these videos, I wanted to show them to everybody so bad. Like, you have no many times I wanted to just like drop them in people's inboxes to be like, well, you will not fucking believe this shit. Because literally I'd watch something 8 times in a row, dying laughing because it was just so fucking good. Like the one where Jeremy was presenting the award. I say this every time, but he looks down and looks back up, and the look on his face and the way that Spooky timed the music, I was literally, I could not stop.
So good. So good.
So good. Like having
so good
enthusiasm, like theme song,
Mhm.
2 videos that you guys did that too, and oh, that was like so good. And if we weren't laughing at like the video, we were definitely laughing at the chat. Like the chat was so good.
Yeah, but it's
Everyone had to have been just laughing. It was like 100 people
It was
laughing in a chat room.
Right.
Like all people were doing was sending laugh emojis.
It's great, and it was perfect because it was like I was saying earlier. You brought like every corner of UFO Twitter together. Like the
I was really surprised. Yeah, there were some people who popped up in the chat, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like if they weren't involved in the show, they definitely showed up that night to watch it. I was like, "Oh, okay, wow." People who like I know that are bigger who I've never talked to before, or like people who are bigger who I haven't talked to in a long time. Like Ryan's one of them. We've met Ryan in person before, but we haven't talked to him in probably over a year. And when I saw him in the chat, I was like, well, hello, Ghost of Ryan. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Ghost of Ryan.
Bufon was there. Corbell was there.
Is that Corbell though?
Yeah, he was.
So everybody likes to debate it.
I didn't think that was Angela.
I'll let it be a mystery.
She is a good actress.
He was there.
She almost won Best Actress of 2021 too.
I wish we'd done the Best UFO couple. I just wish we'd done that one, but
well, Josh and Artemis
it was too spicy.
Of course,
Josh auto win.
No.
Come on.
No, because it was a joke.
So yeah,
I
so
know.
it was.
That's
it
why
was
that's why I told her to make the video private yesterday, because I think I alluded to who would have.
You did.
Won. I did, right?
You
See,
did.
I was like.
Yeah. So yeah, we had some jokes that were like a lot more spicier that we took out because we were afraid that they kind of like pushed a line, because it was definitely borderline like rumor stuff that we were making fun of, and we didn't know if people were going to get like offended by it. Like we genuinely thought it was funny, but I think that the people involved probably would have been super upset at us. So we were like,
no, especially since
no,
we're
you
not
did a really
friends
good
with one of
job,
them.
like not going over the line at all. Like
Thank
you picked, I mean, like I was like, that's kind of the hard thing to do, is you said things that were funny, but they were never so crazy that like
and a lot of the funny things we said like had absolutely nothing to do with them. Like they were just funny things in general and not like personally towards them. You know what I mean?
It
like,
was all funny.
It was like
Skinwalker Ranch dressing.
Or like Jeremy
That made me
Corbell's
laugh
bestie,
hard.
his second bestie.
Well, that's why I was like,
Broke
can
the
I
story
clip
of the
this?
man
I'm gonna
who
watch
had
it like every day and probably clip like, because the nomination stuff, that dialogue was hysterical. Like Bob, I don't even know what you were saying. Like Bob Lazar sometimes like to try experimental vials or something.
Yeah, so Bob Lazar, what the fuck did I write? Oh, I was like famous for exposing Area 51 and S4. Yeah, he's Jeremy's bestie, exposed Area 51 and S4. And most
Jeremy's
famous for
bestie,
most famous, more iconic for his grandma glasses and drinking vials of experimental elements. And then George Knapp, of course, was famous for exposing the man who drinks the vials of experimental elements.
Ooh.
And we're like, what the fuck did we say about George Knapp? We're just like, with Channel 5 News, like we have no idea what the news station is. We're just like, Channel 5 News.
Because the jokes were it was insane. I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm gonna be clipping that for like a long time, just throwing it up on the internet. Like, this was hysterical.
Walker Ranch dressing and where he puts the lotion on the skin.
I was like, no, low key, my favorite was Danny Silva, and that we didn't show a picture and just a potato and said that he just started. Like it literally
he said something like Mr. Potato Head. He used to be Mr. Potato Head. He's not anymore. What did you say?
He started in
Toy Story
as Mr. Potato Head, and now he looks into UFOs. Everything else about him is unknown. Like he can't.
I'm like, last name
it had
unknown.
nothing to do with him. Last name unknown. Or oh my god, so we accidentally did DJ's name as CJ, and then Spooky was like, oh my god, do we correct it? And I was like, no, low key, it's kind of funny that you didn't even spell it right, so just leave it in.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
I was like, fuck it.
Like an alter, like because he had a wig on and stuff, so I thought it was like his like twin brother CJ kind of.
Like it was. I was like, yeah, leave it. Fuck it. It's part of the show now. It's over. So it was just like a funny thing. I was like, fuck it, we didn't even get his name right. I was like, that's how.
It's kind of funny.
How these are going.
It's kind of funny. Then you can bring him on and he's like, you didn't even get my name right. You know, you could have him do some cute little bit. Yeah.
You're like, wow, it's CJ. Come in with a wig or something. Exactly.
I showed my husband Stephen Campion's acceptance speech. Like I was like, because he doesn't watch any of this. Like I'm always trying to just bring him in more and talk about it, and it freaks him out. But he comes, like he said hi to you guys.
Yeah.
Like steps, because it's just become so big. It's like I have to explain. Not explain. You don't have to explain anything. You know what I mean? But the point is I was like, basically, you know, there's a lot of podcasters who are like, my spouse has no idea what I'm doing, whatever. And Alien Addict, Ollie, he's similar. Like his wife doesn't watch the show, and it kind of like, yes, like it just totally makes sense. So she doesn't know anything. And so my husband doesn't know anything about any of these people. And then I was like, you have to see this. And it was the Stephen Cambion acceptance speech. And so like Stephen starts out, "Hi, I'm Stephen Cambion." And then he does his cute little Stephen Cambion smiles from Truth Seekers. And "I thought you and I were friends, Jamie and Bree. But you sarcastic little bitches." And then once he said bitches, like I looked at Paul, that's my husband, I look at Paul's face and he's like freaking out. And then at the end of it, like which is a minute later, right, Stephen Cambion is flipped the F out.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Is that real?" And I was like, "No."
Hippie bitches or something. Oh my god,
hippie bitches is our favorite.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh, I feel like I'm part of it. It was directed at just you two, but I feel like that's a badge of honor for both of you.
Right? Though, so
Crazy,
the funny part is with Cambion, like, so him winning Common Show Host was one of our very first joke ideas because we're like cool with Cambion, and we were like, oh my god, we have to get a video of him just like cursing us out. So kudos to him and his fucking acting skills, because Cambion is multi-talented, man.
Dude, he is so talented. Oh my gosh.
And then to get Rich to come on too.
Rich is so talented too. We never talk about like Rich is so talented.
So good.
Yes, Rich was I love how he had the Ma bit. He was like, "Ma."
Oh my god, that was really funny.
And what's good about Rich?
Oh my god,
what's great about Rich too is nobody expected him to come in and do that. And so when he popped up on screen, everybody was like, "What the fuck? Rich is here!" Because we kind of had a back and forth over Twitter because he was mad that he wasn't nominated, and like that was kind of part of the show of it, right? And so like nobody knew that he was going to come on and be presenting the award. So I thought it was a perfect little surprise for the audience, because I thought that a lot of people wouldn't have thought that he would have like come on and done something like that.
He's so cool. If you just message him and be like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" He'll message you back and be like, "What's going on?" And you know, he's really
a curious
cool.
dude. He's like, "What do you want?
He's a curious
What's my DMs
dude.
For?"
Yeah, and you know, you just be honest, have fun with him, and he'll have fun like we all had fun on your show last night watching him present that award. And he, like, gosh, it was, and he's so talented too. Like,
so good.
He sucked me in. Like, and I actually don't think I would have started my show if I hadn't seen his show. Because I started watching his show about like 2 years ago, and I was like, this is hysterical. Like, this guy's really funny. He gets on. He's just like talking like a talk with us, everybody in the chat, you know, and it's just this really fun energy. But I think what I learned, because I was like, okay, let's just try it out. And I literally was like, I'll buy a mic, you know, see what happens, go this route, whatever. So I did a lot of my first shows just by myself, not only because of being by myself, but because no one would come on the show. Like, it was really hard to get people, because now I have all of you guys on Twitter and YouTube and all these friends in the chat. And
I was like, now you have everybody come on your show.
Now I have like all sorts of amazing people. Like, now if you want to come on the show, you put on a StreamYard link, jump on and come on the show, you know?
Yeah.
But like then I couldn't, like I would be like, hey, you want to come on the show? And someone would be like, I don't know, you want to talk about aliens? And I'd be like, yeah, no one will show up. It'll be fine. Don't worry. You know, and then yeah, just kind of like to go from that and to see that kind of grow to what it's been it's just been insane, you know, because it's just so important, the community that's been developed. And I remember seeing Rich's show, and that's what really inspired me. And like doing shows alone is really hard, because I would listen to the shows over by myself and I'd be like, God damn, this is boring. Like, I'm boring.
Well, it's hard to monologue.
I'm fun when I bounce off. Yeah,
it's hard. Monologue. It's a lot easier when you have people to bounce off of and have conversations with. But when you're by yourself, you're very like stuck in what you're doing. And like if you get distracted by the chat, it gets you off topic. So it's harder when you have just by yourself. So I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then like Rich, he just rolls with it, dude. Like he does that like 2.5, 3 hours, 5 days a week, like a crazy man. Okay. Like a crazy man, promotes it, you know, like, and, you know, oh, thanks, Walt. Oh my God. That's so
we love
sweet.
Walt.
I love you. Anyway, so that, you know, Goof On, he works really hard and he always makes me laugh. And it's not like, I can't say that's many of my favorite ufology shows. Like Jamie and Bree make me laugh, obviously. You know, Josh and Artemis make me laugh.
Love them.
Obviously.
Actually,
yeah, but like
them, I'm going to put it in the chat again, because anyone who is in here, all 21 of you, if I don't see their goddamn subscriber count go up, I will come to you and
You're
I
like
will
10
threaten you
away
with
from
my
500.
UFO.
I'm checking too.
Now.
Yeah, like go. Stop
gonna get a
liking this
golden
video
pro.
and go subscribe. Or you'll
Go
get a golden
subscribe,
pro.
you guys.
Exactly.
Go
How
subscribe.
dare you?
Subscribers so far, guys.
I need another 20 more. We need 20 more.
I'm checking.
Yes, get it.
Actually,
Well, no, because the
we're
21
6 to go.
300 actually.
Ooh, almost to 300. Oh my god, good luck. And what are Spooky? What's ours?
494 right now.
You know what we should do? It just hit me.
You
It just
guys
hit me
seem
what
like
we
a
should
lot of
do.
Over the probe awards.
We did, yeah. Honestly, you know, our biggest bump is when we went on Cambian's show and he told everyone in the chat to go follow us. We got literally almost 100 people within like probably 4 hours.
That's really cool.
Me too.
That
That's
was
when I had my big leap. Was when
Yeah,
I went
that's
on
what he said to us
Cambian
when
show.
the
That's
Cambian
when I
show,
got to 1K. Was because
Yep.
I did the
Oh,
Stephen
shit.
Cambian show.
Maybe go back on Cambian show.
And it was
Oh, here
cool.
we
He
go.
was the first person to message me. He was like, "You're at 1K."
That's like your show.
Here we go. Anthony went and subscribed already. Oh, here we go. And so did Andy, you guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Andy.
Really
Amy,
appreciate
what
it.
was your
on that.
idea?
Yeah, what's your idea?
Oh,
What's your idea?
thanks, Bree. Thank you for asking. Okay, so we have like a lot of really talented shows, like not mentioning the two, obviously, Jamie and Bree and Spooky. Spooky does all sorts of behind the scenes stuff, I know, but Spooky, like, you're incredibly talented, so I'm just going to throw that your way. Obviously, another big talent that's got a lot to give to the community for sure. And also, you know, Artemis and Josh. And I've seen a canon, a repetitive sort of thing that happens where, you know, number one, I think one of the most successful things I've seen is the Big Phone Home, straight up. The Big Phone Home was super successful. I feel like a vortex opened that day. Like, I don't even know. But, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like the Big Phone Home. You know, like, it can just be like all of us little like people trying to get up to 1,000 and create a sort of like a festival of maybe like a 5-hour stream of like 1 hour on Alien Girl, 1 hour on Jamie and Bree, 1 hour, and maybe start from like the biggest person who has the biggest following and filter it down so that each following goes to the next. You know, like whoever. I mean, like.
Amy,
yeah, and just do a 5-hour stream one day, promote the hell out of it, and have the goal be, and let everybody know on social media, the goal is that all of these channels will be by 1K by the end. So, you know, obviously Jamie and Bree, obviously Josh and Artemis, obviously there's other channels out there that we can reach out to.
And just boost the hell out of everybody. Yeah.
And just boost the hell out of everybody. And let's have the number one goal to be to monetize these channels.
Not even an hour long each. You know what we should do? We should do shorter segments so we can get people hopping. You know what I mean? So everybody stays really like ADD like. Maybe do like 15 to 20 to half an hour minute segments and then switch it over to the next one so that everybody can hop from thing to thing. That way we're not taking up too much time and we can get a bunch of people inside of there.
And each segment we need like a really good like cliffhanger. So that people want to go to the next one.
Oh, that's good.
Or be like, yeah, if you want to continue this, go on to the next one.
Yeah, if you want to hear the rest, keep going.
Because the Big Phone Home was insane. Nobody was I mean, maybe Luis Angeles was expecting that kind of response, but like, I was in the chat. Like, I remember when Luis only had like 4 people in the chat, and it was like me and Renee Cruz, and we were like, "Go, Luis," you know. And and then he started. I remember watching. Yes. We were all there. You know what I mean? And then like I don't know. The Big Phone Home is the format that creates change, right?
For sure. But I think like we can take that concept of doing like a few days of like streaming all day talking about UFOs, but we can take that further, not just like it doesn't have to be like to write to senators. I know that like that's great, but that's only the US. So like let's think of ways that we can do that, but on a global scale and talking
global scale.
You know, where it can relate to each country, because like, you know, you can only do so much if you're from somewhere else other than the States. And I know that the most disclosure has been happening in the US, but yeah, we need to figure out ways to incorporate like Canada and other countries.
That's a super good point, because I think a lot of people, when they talk about disclosure, they're talking about this U.S. government admitting aliens are real. But what does that mean for the rest of the world? The U.S. government admitting anything to the rest of the world actually kind of, it doesn't really mean anything. So like, how do we bring, that's what I mean by like, how do we bring disclosure on a bigger scale? And like, that's exactly what you're talking about. We have to get it more than just calling under senators. How do we bring it to that next level? That's a really good, perfect step. I think how they organized and how they did it. But like now, I mean, like, how do we do that international? Yeah, that's amazing. I would love that.
And like,
we fund a blimp.
Let's do it.
Oh,
and they'll just be like, UFOs are real.
Looks like a
UFOs are real.
We're on top of this. We'll DM a group chat or something and start this.
Let's start this. Yeah,
like,
100%.
I'm serious, and like we do need to do more things like on a global level, and like that's how we're going to grow our community.
Ooh, that's a cool idea.
And I think that the more that we do things as a community and not separate is super important, because then it brings all of us together. You know what I mean? So I love that that you have that idea, Artemis, because like it helps also bring in that community.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
each stream like a different country. Each stream a different country.
Yeah.
Oh, we can
like
start
here's
like
Canada.
Zones?
Yeah, like because
we
go in yes.
Ooh, that'd be fun. So like it's
and you know what's cool? Keep the
5
same
every
time.
Yeah. 5 every time. Yeah.
I was just thinking that like the same. It's 5 o'clock everywhere for 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's actually a super good idea. See, that's what's
time has
stopped.
Like, time is
getting together with everyone like this, because we could sit here and have these really cool ideas that we all just like talk about that we would never be able to have otherwise. You know what I mean? Like we just sit here and like yell about things, and all these really cool ideas come from it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna create a group chat after this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm 100% in.
On it all out.
We'll plan it.
We'll get it sorted. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm in. All right, guys, we're 2 hours in, so that's the end of butt stuff today. I know. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to Josh and Artemis for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Everybody go subscribe. Again, I will fight you. And if you're not subscribed to Alien Girl already, also shame on you. I'll fight you as well. And as always,
for the shout out. Thank you.
The 3 Musketeers up top. Love you guys all. Thank you guys so much in the chat for everything.
Yes,
we love you, Anthony and Buck and
you guys
Buck.
are awesome.
Yes, and everybody in the chat, we love you. Andy, Moon Pie, our new friend who we love. Oh, we have
definitely
Krista.
I feel like I was mean to Moon Pie. I'm sorry, Moon Pie. I'm sorry.
He's apologizing.
Everybody goes sub to
I
Moon
feel
Pie.
mean.
Everybody goes sub. We
See, but
squashed
that's
the
what
beef.
it's about. I love it. We aired the beef. We squashed it.
We squashed it.
You know,
That's
we
what
moved
we've
on.
done.
That's
We
how
fought,
it's
but
done.
then we got over it. Exactly.
Let's just
all
all
right, guys.
move forward together. Do you know what I mean? Let's just move forward.
Absolutely.
Past is in the past. Let's just do it.
Done.
All right.
We love all of
you
you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you guys probably tomorrow, I think, Bree.
Where I'm waiting for confirmation from Jeremy.
All right.